action.
Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of TWIS. I'm Ethan and I'm your Corey and Cora. And today we're here with State Representative Bahr, who serves the 19th District of Missouri. He's also a Christian and a homeschool dad. Thank you for taking time to speak with us today, Mr. Bahr.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Bahr, what led you to run for political office?
There were a couple of reasons why I decided to run. One, as a Christian, I decided that we need to have godly men and women in office to make good rules and good laws for everybody to follow. And so I decided that since I thought good people should run, then maybe I should be the one who runs. And also I realized that the desire and the interest that I have in politics and in laws was a gift that God gave me. And so I figured if God gave me a gift and interest in politics, then I should use it by being an elected official.
Mr. Bahr, can you please explain to us what some of the responsibilities of a state representative are?
Well, my title is two. I have state representative, and that title really means I represent the people in my district. So if somebody has a problem with the state government, or if they have an issue that they need somebody to take care of, they contact me, and then I help to take care of them, or I work to pass laws to be helpful to the people in my district. And that's the other part. I'm also known as a legislator. And as that, I'm supposed to legislate. I'm supposed to create laws. Or sometimes it's more important to not create the bad laws. So one job is to just know what all those bills are, what all the laws are that people want to pass, and decide if they're good or bad, to vote for them or vote against them. And the other part is to take care of the needs of the people that I represent.
What are some ways you've been able to share with while being a state representative?
A couple ways. One, like today, I'm getting a chance to meet with young people and talk about why I ran for office and what I do in office. That has given me an opportunity to share with younger people. And in the Capitol building, we have a weekly Bible study, so other Christians can get together and share our faith with each other. And there's times where a bill will come up, and the issue will be something of morals. Is something good? Is something bad? And I can share my faith with other people simply by sharing, this is what the Bible says about this issue. And people can see that I love God because I want to follow the biblical commandments.
So I read that the mileage tax bill HB 1318 that you sponsored has been read for a second time. Could you maybe explain to us a little more about what this bill is about and what the next step would be?
Right. Well, the next step is for it to be assigned to a committee. There is the House of Representatives, 163 people, and we will debate on the floor bills. But before we go to the big floor and all of us together will debate a bill, we have small committees of 10 to 20 people, and we will hear the bills and decide if they're good. A lot of bills aren't very good, and so in the committee we'll decide that's not good enough of a bill. Either somebody didn't write it very well, or it's just a bad idea, and so we'll vote it down and it never makes it to the floor. So the committee is the first process to make sure a bill is good enough for the whole group to vote on. And so my bill first has to go to committee. And after it's been heard in committee, then the committee votes on it, and then it can go to the House floor. As far as what it does, it's a way of preventing a tax increase. Currently, there's an idea that some people think is a good idea, other people think it's a bad idea, that you can actually use a GPS tracking system to tax people for how far they drive. But one, I don't think we need to be raising taxes, and two, if we do raise taxes, that's a bad way of doing it. So my bill basically says, before the government tries to raise taxes with this, I'm going to say they can't. So that's what it does.
The state representative serves for a term of 2 years. They can serve up to 4 terms. Mr. Bahr, your first term ends this year. Have you and your family made a decision about seeking a second term?
Yes, we will seek a second term. I've already filed the paperwork to go ahead and run. One of the unintended consequences of term limits, in Missouri, we can serve up to 8 years. So we have 4 terms, term limits. One of the unintended consequences is most people, once they get elected, they want to serve all 8 years because, one, 8 years, even though that's most of your life, isn't very long. And two, you work so hard to get elected, you want to spend as much time as you can to get bills passed. And it takes long time to get important bills passed. They have to, a lot of times the committee will kill a bill, and the House will, the whole floor will kill a bill. And so you want to present a bill several years in a row before you've done a good enough job to make it a good enough bill that will be a good law, and it's finally can pass. So, yes, I'll run again.
Campaigns are, of course, always very demanding and take a lot of effort by a number of volunteers. Do you know of any ways that kids can maybe help or get involved in the campaign?
It's actually a very good question. They say that for a state representative to win, you need to have 5 dedicated volunteers who are willing to help you all the time. And for a state senator to win, you need 12 dedicated volunteers. Now, I had 2 opponents when I ran the first time, and both of them had more money than me. They spent more money, they had more advertising, but I won because I had lots of volunteers. I had lots of homeschool kids and friends who went door to door, putting flyers on doors, walking in the parades, and doing the other things that are important to tell people about why I'm running and why they should vote for me. So even kids your age can go hand out flyers and put it on people's doors, or walk in the parades and wear the T-shirts, and it's all very important ways to help a candidate get elected.
Mr. Bahr, we are very grateful for not only the time you took to speak with us today, but also for your service to our community. We both will keep you and your family in our prayers.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
And thank you for watching. See you next time on TWIS.